Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Money Method. Today's topic is short selling. We'll cover a lot about this essential skill that will help you make money even in bear markets. So when we talk about short selling to people, we listen to a lot of these things, right? People say that short selling is not allowed in India, or it's like retail investors can't short sell, or short selling can be only done for intraday trades. These are all lies, right? This isn't true. This is like misinformation that's floating around, or partial information that is floating around, right? And that is actually put as all retail investors at a disadvantage, right? During bear markets, short selling is absolutely essential skill to make money. So in this episode, we'll talk about what is short selling. One example with like an intraday short selling. We'll also go through delivery short selling. That's like what pros do, right? You short and you can do a delivery short. Basically that it's a short trade that lasts few days. So before all that, right, what is short selling? You're all accustomed to the long trade, which is basically you first buy, then you sell. Basically you buy a share thinking that the rate of the share will go up, so you buy low and then you sell high. Short is essentially the inverse of it. You think that the rate of a share is going down, so you sell it first, right, and buy it later when the rate has reduced. So let's look at an example here. So this is a chart of NCC. So if you look at it, right, the NCC's rate went down from 32 to 30. Now, if you had bought the shares at 32, right, you're actually looking at a loss. But what would a short seller do here? He would look at, oh, this share isn't doing well. 32 looks like resistance for the stock. So let me sell it here. Right, and once it goes down all the way to 30, buy it back so that you can pocket like 2 rupees of profit here. So now to the big question, is short selling really allowed in India? So the SEBI actually for a short term had banned short selling in 2001. This was with all that insider trading allegations and all those scams that were running in the stock market. But thankfully in 2008, short selling was once again allowed in India. But it's important to remember that it's naked short selling that is banned. But whenever you honor the delivery obligation, you can short. So basically what it means is that you can only short if you have the shares that are that can be settled with. So that begs the question, right? So, hey, I have a settlement obligation. If I can only short the shares that I own, then how do I short really, right? It's not really shorting. But then that's not how to think about it. You can think about how do you meet the settlement obligation, and actually you can. So SLBM, which is basically stock lending borrowing mechanism, it is actually a mechanism that is available and floated by the NSE, and the clearing corporation actually supports you to do this. What it can help you do is that you can borrow the security that you want to short, and then you do the short sell trade, right, and you can settle the delivery with that particular borrowed stock. And at the end of the trade, when you buy it back, you just give the stocks that you bought back to the lender. So this is a graphical illustration of the same. So look at it, right? So you go talk to a lender using the SLBM mechanism. You borrow the 100 shares or the 1,000 shares that you want to short. You pay an interest on your borrowing, and you short it at the market, right? And when the price goes down, you buy it back from the market at a lower price, book your profit, and then return your shares to the lender. So how do you get started with this? So over 50 plus brokers in India actually allow you to do short selling. Zerodha, Kotak Securities are few famous ones. So essentially, it's not about allowing short selling. It's about those brokers that have SLB mechanism. Enabled, or can enable that feature for you. So you have to talk to your broker to get the SLB features enabled on your account so that you can borrow those stocks to do the short selling. Right, I'll place a link in the description, one on getting a new Zerodha account, and another link on how to enable this if you're an existing Zerodha customer. All right, and this illustration, if you look at it, right, look at PVR. People are pretty bearish about it. If you look at the futures rate, right, it's already lagging behind the actual price. And look at the fact is, right, people are willing to borrow this at 17% annualized yield to short the stock. And that is the level of conviction people have that this is a stock that's going to go down with this situation that is there today. But if you look at the SLB, so the SLB watch, it actually tells you these are the stocks that are eligible to be borrowed. Right, you can place a bid along with your broker, get those stocks, and do the shorting. So I hope this was an educational session where you have learned how to profit from short selling. Hope that you can use this feature and make more money. Subscribe to the Money Method for more such informative videos. Thank you for watching.